During the summer of my 16th year, I worked with Ray Pelfrey at his service station. It was located on the intersection of Pelham Road and the Old Jacksonville Highway, the Y intersection we called it. It was a pretty thriving business, and I worked there afternoons after school. When I asked Ray for the job, he told me to come in on Monday afternoon after school, and I asked him how much I'd be making. He said, "Don't worry about that. Let's just see what you're worth." Well, it turned out pretty good. I think I made like 50 cents an hour and eventually got it raised to 75 cents. That was pretty good for a 16-year-old that day. I think the first thing I bought was this little newsboy type cap. It was green and black striping. And first time I wore it to work, Elmer saw it. Elmer was a real card. He was Ray's brother, and he was always full of some kind of foolishness. But he kept bargaining with me, he wanted that cap, and he kept trying to bargain with me or jip me out of it in some way. It was his ambition or his mission to get that cap, and I was determined he wasn't going to have it. So I liked it myself, even, you know. Well, lo and behold, one day Elmer come to me and he handed me this bottle of gasoline with rag stuff in the top. He said, "Come on, I want to show you something." So we went around to the back of the service station, and the adjacent property back there, down well below an elevation from the service station, was a little outhouse-looking shanty. And he said that they wanted to get rid of that house. They had the permission to, and it was bad for business for it to be there. So he showed me how to light the bottle and throw it. He told me just walk down that little incline right there and throw it into that building and run up the hill. So that's exactly what I did. He gave me a lighter, and I went down there and lit it off to it and burnt the building down. Well, everything was all right for a day or two, and about the second or third day, Elmer come to me and he said, "Gene," he said, "we got a problem." I said, "What's that, Elmer?" He said, "There's a witness that saw a boy with a green cap on burn that building down, and they're going to be criminal charges if they catch him." And I said, "Well, my goodness, Elmer, what do you reckon I ought to do?" He said, "Well, you got to get rid of that cap." I mean, I should have smelled something right then, but I was 16-year-old. I mean, he just had it all over me. So I said, "Well, what do you reckon I ought to do?" And he said, "Just let me have the cap and I'll take care of it." He said, "Don't worry about it. Just you let me have the cap." So I gave him the cap and went on about my business. Well, I worried about it for a day or two, and then about the second or third day, he come to me and he was wearing that cap. I said, "Elmer, don't you think you get caught for burning that building down with that cap?" And he said, "I didn't burn the building down, son." Anyway, he had my cap, and I was still worried, but I don't know, a few days went by and nothing ever happened, so I just kind of put it in my mind. Nobody really ever, but him, ever told me that there was a problem with burning the building down. It was all messed up and covered up with kudzu, and you know. Anyway, it didn't just burn the building down, it burned the whole kudzu patch, but no harm was done. Anyway, I lost my cap.